Okay, we're ready to rock and roll. So, wow, what a weekend. You guys were on last night, I know. And if you weren't on that or didn't get a chance to, that's a huge one to go back and watch. Garth was on fire last night, talked a ton of information, talked about comp plan. We had some changes inside the company. We had a lot of stuff happening at convention. 3 days jam-packed. We were there Friday night, Saturday all day, Sunday all day. I don't think I've ever been to an event that was that first class, from beginning to end. I mean, really, it was at a nice place. I mean, just very professional. Nearly 1,000 people in the room, all set up classroom style. I mean, multiple camera angles, monitors. I mean, just a first class event. This company, they really made an impact on me and really showed that they're not a fake it. They're not a nobody that's actually trying to go out there and act like they're a big dog. They had stuff there. They had trainers. They had videos. They had skits. They launched a bunch of new stuff, packaging. Everything is first class on this. So the financing behind it was something that I thought really came to the forefront. So we knew that this company is going to be around for a long time. They talk a lot about becoming one of those legacy companies. You know, you're talking about your Herbalifes, your Amways, your Mary Kays, things like that. And one of the things that they talk about around that is really being customer first with that legacy company. And based off of that, that is why I am just super excited to continue to build this, to talk to people about this, the samples that are going out, everything that we have going on is just super cool. So one of the major announcements they talked about were these new shareable kits. And Garth talked about this last night, but I've got one right here. And they come in 3 different kinds. So they've got a white one, they've got a navy blue one, and the navy blue, or the white one is 2 coffees. The navy blue is a coffee and a chocolate. And then the chocolate looking one, which you probably can't see with my camera, is 2 chocolates. So really, really cool the way they have these set up. They already have the information inside. Boom. You've got your 2 samples. The pills are in there. Look very nice. More explanation on Elevate and Xanthamax over here. Got a spot back here for you to put your label. So I've been making labels and getting that stuff already. Very, very cool to have this. And now anytime somebody comes into the business and wants to become a rep, they get these boxes. And I've got a box right here. Comes like this. And so now when you come in and somebody wants to be a rep, and here's the beauty. When you're out there selling these samples for $9.95 or giving maybe some to some of your personal friends, things like that, and you're handing them out, having information on here, make sure you go get some label makers. I just got the labels on at Walmart, the Avery labels, and they're just address labels. And I went on there, and Avery's got a website where you can do it all and print them all in your printer. It's very, very simple, very nice to have. And you can put them on there, and you can put links to your funnels. You can put your phone number, your email address, that specific stuff so that they know how to reach back out to you when they want more of this. Because I love today, I mean, we sent out 8 samples, I think it was today, that I personally sent out. And I'm just super pumped for it to come in this packaging, for them to see it, them to be able to read about it, them to take it right there. I mean, they can make their cup of coffee. It's like, look, just take the stick out, have the pill, make your coffee, and just read up on the literature right there while you have your morning cup of coffee. And so that'll get them going. And then again, it has a link to my funnel on the back, and they can find out more information, see more videos. By the way, they launched a new dose video at the convention as well. That was really, really well made. It flowed well. You know, even right, for those of you, if you don't, I don't know if you remember, but the dose video that's out there, and the new one's not released yet, so it's not updated on the funnels or anything. But the old one didn't really pair up that dose that stood for all the 4 hormones, and didn't really pair up that you take your Elevate coffee with your pill and that's the dose and different things. And so this really married the 2 together and talked about what it did and how it works. So that's going to be a great tool for everybody to have when that comes out. We talked about it briefly last night. I think Vernon even mentioned it. They have an app on here called Ellepreneurs Now that you can log into This will get you access to stuff in your back office. It's a marketing tool. You can send out text messages to people. It will automatically link with contacts in your phone where you can flat out, I can sit there and say, I want to send the dose video to Mickey. And so it says, okay, I hit the dose video. I put Mickey's number in. I hit send. It texts it to him. I know and get real life notifications, okay, or real time notifications. When Mickey clicks on the link, it'll notify me. If he starts watching the video, it notifies me. It even tells me how much of the video he watches in real time. And after the video, the way the video ends, it says, here's dose. If you would like to get a sample today, click below. And so it's got it set up like a funnel already inside the app. So Mickey can click on it. He can put in his name, his phone, his email, say, I want to request a sample. Well, guess what? That thing comes to you. You get a notification on your phone that Mickey just requested a sample. Boom, you can call, you can pick up. I mean, it's freaking cool. It is super, super slick the way that this is going to be set up. Now, it's not ready yet. They had all of us in there that were able to get in on it. There's going to be a price point on this. We don't know exactly what the price point will be in the back office, but it's supposed to go live here in 2 or 3 weeks. They're just finishing up the stuff and technology, and I'm sure it's not going to be perfect when it comes out, but it will be. And I'm telling you what, with all the announcements and everything that's going on, even the stuff that we've been dealing with on the shipping side of it, I was at corporate today. I sat down with Sean. I sat down with Janine, who's head of customer support. If you guys did not read the email that came out today from customer support from Janine, it was a very, very well-written email. It updated you on a lot of stuff that's happening. And basically, in a nutshell, when they switched from the old system to the new system, meaning fulfillment centers, and then at the same time they were switching back offices, a lot of orders fell through the cracks. And when you have, they're doing $200,000 a day right now. Okay, $200,000, $6 million a month is what they're on pace. They're already doing. But when you have that many orders and you have some orders that fall through the cracks for about a period of 7 to 10 to 12 days, whatever it ended up being, that's a ton of orders, obviously. And so there's a lot of people that aren't or hadn't gotten their stuff. I don't know. I've got about 10 different ones that basically what you need to know, if you haven't received your order or if anybody on your team hasn't received their order, there was a list of about 50 more that all went out today. Or according to fulfillment, they were going out today. I'm going to check on them in the morning. But they were all supposed to go out today and be shipped. And then moving forward, they're going to be set up, and it's going to be, they said within 48 hours, they thought they would be completely caught up, everything out the door, everything shipped, and everything in place. And so just understand, we've talked about it multiple times. It's great that we're brand new in this company. I mean, for that company to go from 0 to $5 million in a month within 5 months is absolutely insane. First off, it talks about our product. It talks about the amount of people that are using the product, that are talking about the product, talks about these Zooms and the impact that this product's having on people. All of it is there, and that's why they're doing so well. But, and this is what Robert talked about at the conference, he said, look, every single company wants to have these problems. These are phenomenal problems to have, and they are just speed bumps or they're bugs on the windshield, as the old saying used to be. They're bugs on the windshield. You can't focus on that. We just got to get through it. Just try to keep calm with everything and whatnot, and then all this stuff's going to get taken care of, and then boom, we are going to rock and roll. Because this fulfillment center, they talked about it. It's the largest fulfillment center in the world. They have 41 locations globally, not just this huge warehouse they have here in Dallas. It's globally. So as they look to expand into other countries, we're already set up with the right fulfillment center. So a huge, huge deal to have that done and taken care of. And so, yeah, we've got some speed bumps with things, but it's all getting taken care of, and it's fantastic from that standpoint. So there's an update on shipping and everything. Again, in the email, they talked a lot about it as well. But moving forward, as I started to talk about the rep packs, your $250 now pays for 33 of these sample packs, these shareables they call them. And you can get 1-pack, 2-pack, or you can get a 4-pack, and that's going to cost up to $1,000, okay, for that. Changes to the comp plan on this. Some big changes to the comp plan, and I'm super excited about them. I actually really, really like them. Before, you got 20% up front anytime you signed a rep up, okay, if you guys remember that. So if you had a $500 pack, you made $100. If you had a $1,000 pack, you made $200. And then you got 20% of that volume a month later, okay? Well, now what they're doing is these packs with these shareables, they took it from, instead of you just making more money on your personals and not making any money up front when one of your personals sign up another rep, or they sign up a rep, or they sign up a rep, as you go down and you're building your organization, instead of just having it on level 1, they now have it on 5 levels. So you get 10% commission on your personals. You get 10% commission on their personals. You get 15% commission on their personals, or your level 3, 10% on level 4, and 5% paid on level 5. So if you think about it, if you do the math, if you go out there and you have, 10, 12, 15 people in 2 or 3 levels and organizations of stuff that's going on, and they're out there and they're buying these samples. Think about how many, you want these everywhere. The girls had a swim meet on Monday, and I had a box of these in my trunk, and some family friends that we sit with and all that stuff. I'm like, hey, you guys drink coffee? They're like, oh yeah, we drink coffee all the time. I'm like, hey, hold on. And I showed them this. They're like, wow, what's this? And they opened it up, and they were just blown away by the packaging. It just looks so professional. It was so easy. I'm like, hey, take that home, make a cup of coffee, check it out. Let me know what you think. See what it does for you. And they're like, awesome, thanks. And then we went from there. So that was super simple. And to be able to have these like this in our back pocket, and think about through 5 levels, every time somebody in your organization in those first 5 levels buys a shareable pack, you're going to make a weekly commission. This is a huge, huge, huge deal. So as you're going out there, make sure people are getting their packs and getting that taken care of. That's really, really cool from there. Now, you also still get the 20% the next month on the commission on the volume, but because they're paying that 5 levels deep on those commissions, that volume is half of the money. Okay, so if somebody buys a 250 pack, the volume is 125. If somebody buys a 500 pack, the volume's 250. And if somebody buys a 1,000 pack, the volume's 500. So you still make 20% of that volume on that pack the next month as well. That has not changed. The only thing that really has kind of changed is that the volume they're paying out on these packs is not dollar for dollar like it was before on the Fast Start packs. And those wholesale kits are going away. And they talked about, they did that for regulatory reasons. A lot of AGs and a lot of companies are getting hammered because they have these wholesale packs. They're like, well, you're just bribing people to buy a bunch of stuff with, these wholesale packages and trying to get more reps. And so we've completely gone away with that. I absolutely love it. If you want to become a rep, boom, get your shareables. So you have a bunch of samples, get rid of them as fast as you can, buy another box, have them on hand. All of that is completely in play. It's a huge, huge deal. And I think people are going to buy them like hotcakes. And we are all going to benefit from this because every time they do, it's going to flow up through us and work on that weekly commission. Okay. Anybody have questions about that? I'll stop right there. We're all reps on here. So I know I'm talking kind of fast and furious. If you guys unmute yourself, if you do, or wave your hand. You guys good on that? Is that clear? Okay. Other comp plan enhancements. The rest of the stuff is basically all the same on volumes and things of that nature. So nothing really has changed there. A couple of things that some people asked. Oh, I'm going to blank here for a second. Let me think. Because I had a list. Vernon says he can't talk too because he had me ask a couple of questions. That was the biggest thing really, was how those 5 levels worked, where that was going to go. Yeah, I think that was the main one that we had. And if the other ones, if I happen to think about them, I'll bring them up. But so they announced this. They announced travel. So if you guys don't know, Robert was the founder or co-founder of World Ventures when it first started. And it's kind of like a Steve Jobs play. He got kicked out of his own company maybe 5, 6, 7 years after that. Something, I don't know the whole story, but he didn't like the way things were going and wanted to change stuff, and they didn't agree. And so he was gone. And so anyway, he has made multiple companies. He has a background of this stuff. He's very even keel. He was very apologetic on Friday, which I thought was nice. He just kept saying, if I said, I'm sorry, and, just kind of laughed, and everybody kind of laughed with him, and he said, these are the problems and this and that. And then he got up Saturday morning, and I really liked this too. And he said, last night I apologized. I said I was sorry, and I just want you to know that that's done. Now we move forward. Now we keep going. Now we rock and roll, and we press on because, the end goal, and he kept showing this image and it's in the magazine. So you guys can get these magazines too. I don't know if they're available in the back office yet. They're $3.50 a piece or 10 for $30. So not a big deal at all for those magazines. But in there, he's got a spread right here. He kept showing this picture at the event. You guys see that? That's a photoshopped image of the Staples Center in LA. And he wants to have an event there coming up in the coming years. And he says that's where we're all going because he's from LA and wants to do that. And so, I mean, there were 800, 1,000 people in this room that we were at this weekend in the Staples Center. I don't know exactly what it holds. So I can find out here in about 2 seconds. 21,000 is the Staples Center capacity. So he wants to have that set up, and we can absolutely get there because they're doing the right things. I'll touch briefly. So Larry Thompson, who is the co-founder of Herbalife, started network marketing in 1968. He came up and spoke Saturday night. He was in Robert's office on Thursday. It was funny. Robert said it. Larry Thompson was there, the co-founder of Herbalife. They had another guy that spoke that's in the Hall of Fame of the DSA, Direct Sellers Publishing. Eileen, do you remember his name? The black guy that talked? Something Jeffers or something?
I can pull it up for you right now.
Oh, no big deal, but I don't think you guys might recognize the name. Real nice guy, but in the Hall of Fame. He had a great talk. And then the co-founder of Nu Skin was in Robert's office on Thursday. So Robert's like, I look around, I got Larry Thompson, the co-founder of Herbalife. I got the co-founder of Nu Skin, and I've got this Hall of Fame guy here, and they're all just having a little round table talking. And really they were talking about the issues and the BS that's happening in the industry or has happened in the industry for the last 20 years and how it's all been about recruiting and internal consumption and garage qualified and, rep first, customer later and just charging outrageous prices and not back to how it was when it started. And flat out, I can tell you that, I've only been in the industry for less than 20 years. And so I don't really know anything else. But it made me feel good from the standpoint of where I was in the industry and being very bitter with the industry, not trusting any owners, not believing anything that really any of them said. I've had 2 or 3 that have just flat out lied that, still owe me money, that have just left us all high and dry, that, you're like, am I really going to go back and do this again? Am I going to talk to my people again? It just gets to you. And I know you guys, for the most part, all know what I'm talking about. And to hear Larry get up there and talk about that Robert's vision is to take it back and fix the industry from within, to build the company the right way, customer first. You don't have to talk to anybody about making any money. You don't have to talk about being a rep. Just be a customer. Do you like the coffee? Just become a customer. Become a customer. Get as many customers as you can. This comp plan is written to be residual heavy. Residual in nature, getting those customers, paying you, and then getting more and more and more and more. And then, you'll have a few that pop up and say, hey, I really like this stuff. And people are asking me. It's like, well, maybe you should become a rep. It's $250. You're going to get 33 samples. Why don't you just pay and become a rep and get the samples and start handing them out? Now you make commissions when people are asking you what you're doing. Because of all the people that are losing weight and people are happier, people are in better moods, they're, all that stuff that's going on. When you have that, you might as well become a rep and do that. And so the ones that stick their hands up and do it, then let them do it. But the big thing that Larry talked about that I absolutely loved was talking about Uber and talking about Amazon and some of that stuff and how Uber was the #1 company in 2017. It gave out more 1099s. Okay, think about this. And he put up some numbers. Network marketing in 2017 did $189 billion in revenue globally. Okay, $189 billion globally. Uber did, and Eileen, you can tell me if I'm way off here, but I think it was right around like 175 or something. It was a little bit under that.
1.8 billion.
Oh, that's right. It was just 1.8 billion. That's right. In revenue.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. But they gave out more 1099s, meaning they had more drivers than all network marketing companies combined gave out in 2017. So think about that. They had so many reps, quote unquote, drivers, that they gave out more 1099s than every network marketing company did combined. And we did 189 billion and they did 1.8. So it's just staggering. And they discussed this. And so I drove for Uber for a while, 3 summers ago, something like that. And I did it, and they talked about they interviewed people. They asked them why, what's so important? What did you like about it? And they said I wanted my freedom. I wanted to be able to take off if I wanted. I wanted to have that flexibility, but I could also just turn on the app and I could go make money whenever I wanted to. And the average driver makes about $500. They don't make that much. It's not that much of a killing unless they can get surges and different things. I did it because when I was living in Columbia, Missouri, the football games were going on and all this stuff happening there. So the Mizzou games were happening, and this is SEC football. One Georgia game, the money that we made was $600-700 in one day. I would drive the one day and not drive anymore. It's like, why go and drink and have fun if you can make $600 or $700, to listen to it on the radio. So that's where it first started for me. But he's right. It was that freedom, that flexibility, and that $500. And he said, look, and he gave this, and I love it. It was called the 80-15-5 rule. Okay, we've heard of the 80-20 rule a lot, the Pareto principle. I'm sure you guys have heard of that. He said he goes, that's not right. It's 80-15-5. And this is going to be going on in your businesses and your organizations. This is going to be going on inside the entire company, and people will always change on the scale. But 80% of the Hoover drivers just want to make $500. They want to make a little extra cash, and they want to have that freedom and flexibility to do it whenever they can. Okay. 15% might want to make $2 or $3 grand a month. And then your 5% might want to make 5,000, 10,000, something like that, and get way up there and do more. Does that make sense? You guys following that? Okay. In our organizations, it's the same way. And I've fallen into this trap. There's no doubt in my mind. We get excited about this. I want to go make, tens of thousands of dollars a month and hundreds of thousands of dollars and all this inside this company and this opportunity. And we want to impart that on people and be like, I just want you to see my vision. I want you to see how I see it, and just get excited and go through when they may just be the person that wants a little extra $500 and some freedom and flexibility. When you think about it, when you first started in this, you probably didn't think you were going to go out and make $10,000 or $20,000 or $50,000 right away. You're like, well, I like the coffee. I'll drink some of it. Maybe see if I make a little money and see what happens. But we miss out on that point. So understand that always, always, always in your business, there are 80% of the people that only want freedom and flexibility to make $500 a month. They don't want to have to get on a Zoom every night. We don't have to be on them saying, get on this Zoom, get on this Zoom, get on this Zoom, or go to this meeting, or do this conference call and stuff, and take it back to where, look, this is just a nice little home-based business. We've got some great coffee. You're going to help some people lose some weight. If you like the coffee, you want to become a rep, maybe make a little money. Let's see what happens. Great. Do it on your own time in your schedule, freedom, flexibility, and let's see if we can make you $500. And if we do that, the masses of people will come into our organizations because there's no pressure. This isn't big going out there. We're going to get boats and Lamborghinis and Teslas and this. I mean, it's not there yet. Okay. So when you understand that, and I thought, gosh, that makes so much sense that we try to get everybody to be full-time, quote unquote, right away and don't miss a Zoom. And if you're really serious, you got to go do this. When you got to just take it down, they don't want another boss. They got to deal with that all day. And so if you just sit there and say, okay, 80% of my team is just going to be around to drink some of the coffee, maybe get it for free on their auto ship, or they maybe want to make $500, make a little extra cash. Then you're going to have 15% that say, you know what? I've been making a little money with this. I think I can put a little more time into it. I can make a go of it. I want to step up from the 80 to the 15, and I want to make from $500. I want to go make $2,000-3,000, maybe $5,000 a month. And you're like, great. Hey, let's do it. Let's step it up. We're doing these Zooms. We'll do some more Zooms for you, whatever it is. Just meet them where they are, take them up, and now they get to that part. And then there's going to be your 5%ers that say, you know what? I want to kill this thing. I want to earn as much of that stock as I can. I want to go out there and I want to make, $20,000 a month, and I want to earn a bunch of stock, and I want to get wealthy over the next 5 years. And that's possible here. Because I've talked about this before on Zooms. That stock play is the secret fortune to this company. I hope you guys all know this. So Sharing Services Incorporated is the umbrella stock company that owns, and they had a bunch of them in here. And this magazine talks a lot about this too. I want you to understand, and I'm going to take a little time on this to make sure, right here. I want to make sure that you guys understand. So it says right here, Sharing Services, and it's got the logos of the different companies, okay? To give you an idea. This is the secret income in this, and this is how you get wealthy. Sharing Services owns direct sellers, 40% of direct sellers. You guys know the Wine Club MLM? Came out a few years ago. It's killing it. Has done very, very well. Sharing Services owns 40% of that. Their CEO of that company was at the event this weekend. Then from there, you've got a health insurance company that's doing stuff. You've got auto insurance, home insurance. There's a company called LEH that they were talking about that you can switch over your home, your auto, things like that. They had a TV box company for streaming TV box where you can stream all your digital TV. It was really cool. Had a ton of options. Then they had the vitamin patch company. They've got Elevate, and Elevosity is one of the companies in there. But they are going out there and they are acquiring other companies, feeding revenue to the parent stock company. This stock's at about 35 cents right now a share. Okay, you can go buy it. It's on pink slips. You got to go through some hoops and do it like straight through an Edward Jones person or something like that. I'm not a stock guy. But when you get that, this thing's going to continue to rise in value. They want to eventually be on the NASDAQ, I've heard, and who knows what it's going to go to. But if you can acquire, I don't know, 10,000 shares at even 50 cents, what is that? Is that $500? Or it doesn't matter. If you had 10,000 shares at 50 cents, okay, and you earned it through the comp plan, not even bought it. You can go buy it, but you can earn this as well. You can earn up to 250,000 in the comp plan if you go all the way to the top. Okay, but let's say you just had 10,000 shares and it goes to $5. Okay, well that's 50,000. If it goes to $50, I mean, just do the math. It's absolutely insane. This is the secret thing, and Robert talked about this. Robert's income comes straight from the stock. He does not get a salary from the company. He does not have a position in the company. He's not a builder. He doesn't believe in any of that. But with the stock, if this thing goes to $100, 200, I mean, who knows what it can go to, and you own $100,000 shares, and it goes to $100, that's $10 million. We're talking about getting wealthy very, very quickly when you have that kind of play. And Larry talked about, I think it was Larry who talked about the Walmart employees, and I did not know this. He said, if you go into a Walmart and you see people on there and they're gold-plated, they have a gold-plated nameplate, it's a gold-colored nameplate, then they are millionaires through the stock with Walmart. They became millionaires inside the company. So the next time I go, I'm going to have to watch and look. I did not realize that, but it's because they were in the company, they got shares with the company, it went up in value, and they became millionaires off of it. And so, yes, while we make money and we meet people wherever they are, whether they fit into the 80, the 15, or the 5, meet them where they are, and then go out there and earn some money, earn some income, get some residual income, build it up. I mean, make no mistake. People are making $10, $20, $30, $50, $80,000 a month in this company already. So that stuff is great, and that's possible. But the stock, as Robert said, is where you get wealthy. I mean, wealthy. And so that's the secret thing that we have here on top of this that I have not had in play for anything. And I know, Vernon, you said you can't talk. You're in the car there. I hear you. Were you the one, Vernon, who told me that he's done this with 2 other companies with the direct sellers guy? Where they had other stocks in the past where they made money on them and they took them from 50 cents to $10.
No.
It wasn't you.
I'm not aware of that.
Okay, cool. Well, somebody was telling me that Robert has done this. They did it, and the guy from Direct Sellers, they've done this once, if not twice before with companies where the stocks were low and they took it up, and then you get these options. Now, it only works if we have shares. Okay, so whether we go out there and we earn them and we get it that way through earning them through the comp plan, or you go out and buy them, that's fine too. But we want to get as many of these shares as we can because that is huge for what we can do from there and go up and blow this thing sky high. So that was a lot of stuff. I'm going to take a drink here real quick. Questions on that, anybody? Is that helpful? You guys know about that? Or I have a Cowboys cup because I went to the Cowboys-Chiefs game and I got to block it when I'm on here because I am not a Cowboys fan. All right. So no questions. That all makes sense to you guys? That gets you a little fired up? I mean, it was funny because I was talking to one of my buddies who's coming in as a rep this afternoon, and I said, look, they're doing it right. Customers first. Get customers, get customers, get customers. He actually has his own car lot. And I said, look, just give these out to people as they come in. Let's get you some samples and all this. Just give them out to people or as gifts as they come in, whatever. And let's see how many you get. And let's start getting you some customers, see where it goes. That's it. And he's like, all right, that's cool. That's easy. And so when you can have that easy of a conversation and you lead with the customer and it's not about the opportunity, the hype. I hate the hype. I've never been a hype guy. But when you get into that and you go that route, it's the proper way to do it. And I've mentioned this before, and it came from Robert's talk, but it was Avon, I believe, where he said 43% of their existing rep base today all started as customers. And that's why they're such a good legacy company. And so it's going to take a little longer to do it, although in our case, it's going so fast that it doesn't seem to be that way. But when you do it this way, it's going to be the right way. And they're going to get this shipping stuff taken care of. They're going to get everything fixed with the back office. The back office is there. I'll tell you guys real quick right now, the funnels are absolutely screwed right now. There's links that are broken. The company has changed URLs. Our personal URLs have changed from wholesale orders to joining for a month. My video on how to buy wholesale is completely irrelevant now. They've changed all that stuff. I'm going to update stuff and work on some of it. I'm trying to make sure that they have it all set up properly because even right now, I found a glitch that I told them about today that when you go into your funnel and it says go buy a month's worth, the link is broken, okay? It should be broken on all of yours, I think. Vernon or somebody pointed one out to me and I fixed it this morning. But even the link to go in and fix it isn't working properly. So like, for example, here, let me share. I'll share my screen here and show you guys just what I'm talking about. I just want you to know I'm going to work on it as soon as I can, but I also want to make sure it's working for it to happen. So my link is Ellepreneur, or it'd be Elevosity /Happy Coffee Dad. So here is my site, okay? And it says presented by Warren Hoover, okay? You guys can all see that there. That's how it's supposed to be. Now, when you go down here to view products, and let's say I go here to dose, look at this URL up here. Now, I know you guys aren't all tech guys, but there is nothing specific to me in this URL. It should have my rep number. It should have my username. It should have something there. Now, it still says right here, presented by me, but I don't think this is right, and I told them because if I copy this and I go to an incognito window, which I'm going to have to stop this and reshare my screen because you guys won't be able to see this one, and I go and I just paste in that link that was there, it's going to take me to dose, but there's nobody's name on it. So I can't put that link in your funnel. It's not going to go straight to you to try to link somebody straight to buy dose. Does that make sense? So I'm kind of caught that I can't fix all your links right now. What I did for the one this morning, what I'm probably going to do is I can just go to your specific site. First one that I showed you guys that just had all the products and everything, because that is linked. This one right here. Where's my stuff?
Hey, Warren.
Yes, sir.
Did you see also we'll all each have a filldose.com website too?
Oh, no. Where'd you see
Yeah,
that?
if you go up when you log into Ellepreneurs and you click on your websites under products,
Yeah.
you have your Elevosity, but you also have one called filldose.com / ID number.
Really?
It's not working yet, but I imagine they're going to put the video on there. But and I noticed in the little packets they put the website visit filldose.com, but they don't put your extension on there. So
that's right. I did notice that.
Yeah, so we'll probably have to put either a sticker there or something with our number on it.
Yeah. Well, I printed my labels. Like I said, I had here, I'll show you. So like I printed labels and I actually printed more of these, but I put my domain on there, put my name, and I put my email. I put my new ones that I did a Facebook link as well, and I'm putting some stuff together on all that. So you can put those on the back. I did. Now they announced for all you guys that are at convention and stuff, they announced that these are 71 cents to ship because they will fit through because they're so thin. And I sent out 8 today and they do not ship for 71 cents. They are $3.50 a piece still. They're no different than our other ones. It's because of those pills. And even though, and she took it and it slid through the paper. She goes, but that's not all it is. It has to be able to fold because of the machine and all that stuff of, I don't know if it's when it's routing through stuff or whatever the deal is, it has to be able to fold. And it can't fold because those pills are in there.
So hey, Warren, after you told me that, I dropped 4 off at the post office today, and I only put 71 cents on them.
And you dropped it off at the side?
I just put it in the box outside, but
yeah.
I actually put them in an envelope.
Yeah, I ship mine like this. I put a label on the front, and then it had a return and stuff and all that. And I put it right on there. Now she put some more tape on them and stuff.
Yeah, they,
So,
they don't like it opened up on the ends, and we're probably going to have to put them in envelopes anyhow. My experience, I have shipped thousands and thousands and thousands of CDs and things like that, and we've always shipped CDs, and they're not bendable. And as long as it'll fit through that slot, my experience has been anytime you take it into one of those tellers, they're gonna try to jack the price up on everything. I don't know, just some of them do, but we'll see here in a few days, because I sent a couple of those out just to some family, 4 of them out to family members, just to see how long it takes to get them and see if they actually make it there for 71 cents.
Perfect. Well, let us know then for sure. Because if that's because she told me, she said, you can do this in the future. You can do it over the side. You can drop them in. You can do it from home, all that. And she said, so what size envelopes did you need to put these in?
I just stuck them in the I forget what size it was. It's a little bit bigger than the ones that we were using.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll figure it out.
Debbie packed them up, but I know they were just.
Oh, the truth comes out.
Yeah.
She's carrying you. Yep. We know how to do.
Exactly.
That's how we all are. You want to say hi real quick? All right. Somebody wants to say hi. She's been standing there for 10 minutes.
Hi.
Very quietly.
Dad won't let me talk.
I won't let her talk. Yes, we're doing business. Okay.
Is that the happy coffee girl?
Is this the happy coffee girl?
No.
Or the hot chocolate?
Coffee.
Or
So
the chocolate girl.
You don't drink coffee, do you?
No.
No.
I bet she'll drink hot chocolate.
Yep, she'll drink the hot chocolate.
Yeah, I'll drink the hot chocolate. I love hot chocolate. Coffee is.
Hey, Warren, on the dose samples, everybody should know too that the only time that those count through the 5 level of pay is when someone hits the upgrade button and actually upgrades. When they're joining. If you order those on an auto ship, they pay out just like a regular product at 20%. The
volume?
Exactly. The volume. 20%. And it is at 125 BV, not 250 BV.
Yeah, 50%.
So if someone puts it in there as their auto ship, it's going to pay just like they're buying, 5 bags of coffee.
Yeah.
The only time that it'll count through the 5 levels is when you're bringing someone in, they're upgrading from a customer. And that's why we see that upgrade button in there, but it's not active.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be active here in the next 24, 48 hours.
That's good to know. Well, the beauty of that too, when you have it with that 5 levels, is if you need some more packages, I mean, you know where I'm going with this. Just buy it through your people. And if they're coming in or they're coming in as a rep and you need, upgrade their order from 500 to 1,000 and have them send 2 of the boxes to you, and then you can get it and that will all count and stuff as well. So we can get those packs and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we can help if anybody does have questions and stuff on that. I talked briefly. I showed you the magazine. So this magazine is the general one. It's got all the covers, but there are specific ones for each person that were in this. And so they gave every ambassador their own magazine cover, which was really cool too. I thought that was a nice touch. Again, a lot of first-class stuff that is going on in here that this doesn't happen from rinky-dink companies that are trying to act like they have money and do stuff. I mean, you could not have faked this event with the amount of stuff, the amount of people, how they ran it, the skits, just everything from there, that standpoint, and the amount of money that they brought in too. They did announce a new product with they're coming out with the travel membership. It's going to be $299 a year and be a wholesale thing. He said he's tired of people getting over charged for travel and doing all this stuff, and it's going to be a nice membership thing. So there's stuff coming on 4 Oceans. That's what that's called. Hemplovate came out, the hemp oil, the CBD oil. It's a water soluble. They had a lot of testimonials about that and science behind it. It seemed like a great product. It wholesales for $98 and retails for $129. So a lot of people went and got that. That was exciting as well. I think that's the biggest part. I mean, at the end of the day, let's go. Does anybody have questions and stuff here first, or any? I mean, how about let's do some testimonials here. Janae, you were there. Why don't you talk here for a minute about what you thought about it, and just tell people who maybe weren't there, didn't get to experience what was your takeaways from it.
Oh, I thought it was phenomenal. It got me very excited, and just the opportunities and the leadership that they have in place is I mean, the credentials these people have, listening to Kevin Thomas, the formulator, I was blown away by his mind and genius and how he can communicate at such a high intelligent level in a way that anybody can understand and relate to. So I think that just spoke a lot to me about the longevity of this company, and that they will be a legacy company. They don't hope to be, because they have all the right key components in place. And seeing, just you and I, average Joe, down to earth people that are millionaires, and they just want to make other people millionaires. That was really exciting. So the opportunities are endless. I think we're all just limited by our own creativity. If you get creative and think outside the box, and bounce ideas off of each other, I think just like this forum has, and the Facebook forums, I'm excited to see where people go.
Absolutely. You're right. And the people that were up on stage and the talks and everybody crying, and, the allergies in that room were prevalent a lot of times. I saw a lot of watery eyes in the room, and it's just powerful to see that stuff and to hear the stories and the testimonials and everything that's going on. So you're absolutely right. So that's awesome. Thanks for sharing there. Eileen, you want to talk for a minute and talk about what you kind of took away from the event, what you were thinking?
Yes, sure. Well, it was an amazing event. It was very inspirational, very motivating. Like Janae said, you see all these people who are your next door neighbor. So it just is so inspirational that everybody can do it. And I think this is going to be an amazing company, and I'll let you take it back because they're not letting me talk too much.
That's perfectly fine. I love it. That's funny. Yeah, it just really solidified some stuff, answered a lot of questions. And I brought it up that, a lot of us have been beat down by this industry. We've had people lie to us, and just, you just try to do the right thing, work hard, and they say it's all going to work out, and then it doesn't, and then it doesn't, and then it doesn't. And, but to still not quit, not give up, give it another run, see what you can do. All the stuff just seems to be in play. So in all the companies I've been part of, I've been a master distributor of a company. Just different things of seeing they were doing everything first class. They're still very, very early in the game, but we are here at the right time. And it seems like it's the right place because of all the players, as Janae said, the leadership roles that they announced, the years of experience in the industry, all the stuff. To me, it's like Robert setting it up like a good football team. And my experience of watching football and doing stuff, I did not play football, but my experience when it looks at coaching, but I know this from other coaches because I did play baseball all the way through college. And the head coach surrounds himself with a bunch of better coaches or great coaches as well, because he can't do everything. He can't be showing Tom Brady how to throw while he's showing the kicker how to kick and how to do, you have to have all these assistant coaches that support you and that you can trust. And Robert is surrounding himself with people that he trusts already, that he's had long-term relationships with. He doesn't just let anybody into the inner circle, basically. And that's the big deal with this, that I thought that they were surrounding themselves with the right support team and the right leadership. So I think that's a great point, Janae, that you said there. So anyway, okay, so let's see here. Meg's asking, I'm still having trouble signing up coffee drinkers and team members. Megan, can you tell us for sure what you mean? Like, give me an example. Like, you just on the website, when you go to sign somebody up, you can't get them? I can't unmute her if she's trying to talk. You're muted if you can hit unmute if you're trying to talk, or maybe you're trying to type. I don't know.
I can unmute. Can you hear me?
Yep, there you go.
I'm not having trouble with the website or anything like that. I'm just having trouble getting people to actually sign up or be a coffee drinker or anything like that at all. Because I've given out samples and I've done a lot of that, and I've followed up with people. It's just I'm having trouble actually getting people.
Like closing them, you mean?
Yeah, closing them in. Yeah.
I got you. Okay. Well, have you I mean, I guess, and I don't want this to come off wrong, but are you asking them to become a customer? Say, hey, become a customer, buy this for a month. I mean, are you being that bold?
Yes. I've told them about the 30-day challenge and different things like that.
What are they saying then when you ask them that or tell them that?
Most of them are like, well, I just don't have the $80 or $90 to be able to do it for a month. Even with the refund, I just don't have that kind of money to be able to pay for coffee like that up front.
Okay.
Normally when I go get a coffee, I just spend $250 or $350 one time, and I only do that once or twice a week, and I can do that. But the $80 or $90 up front, I can't do something like that. That's kind of what I'm running into.
Sure. Well, I would say then the one thing to think about, and I don't know if these are your friends or family, and so again, don't take this the wrong way either, but you need to find a different group of people to sample the coffee to, because there are some people that are willing, some people that are able, but there are some people that aren't willing or able. And so one of the secret sauces that I teach people when I'm talking about funnels and going through, we talk about who is your ideal client, who is the ideal customer that you would like to work with, to sell to, and go through and think about, okay, I would like to work with, men or women that are middle class, that live in certain neighborhoods, that, have businesses, or maybe they're professionals or executives or whatever that is. I'd like to work with them because they should have some disposable income of $100 a month where they can put on their coffee to feel better, to have more energy, to do things like that. And so if you think about who you would like your ideal customer to be, okay, that's usually not too hard to figure out. You're like, well, yeah, I'd like to, sell coffee to the guy that drove by me in a Rolls Royce this afternoon on the highway when I was coming back home. That all sounds great, but be realistic about who you want that ideal client to be, and just try to hone in on, whether it's athletes or, whatever it is. The next part of that, the secret formula is, who is it? Second one is, where are they hanging out? Where are they congregating? Are they doing BNI groups? Are they doing Chamber of Commerce stuff? Can you join a church group at your, at church? Or I'm in a triathlon club. I'm going to take a whole box of samples to my next tri meeting and hand it out to these 50 triathletes that are there, because these people spend thousands of dollars on races and equipment and stuff, and they've got money. And I'm going to have them all take the coffee and say, here, for the club, just nice, and I'll eat that $250 and see what it turns into as far as customers. But when you think about that, who is your ideal client? Where are they hanging out? And then how do you get inside with that? How can you get in and, become or get relationships with them, build relationships with them, that type of thing. That's where you, and this would work for everybody, for that matter. If you want to get into, Eileen and they do different things. Janae works out and does stuff at different gyms and stuff, I'm sure. And, she could bring it in and talk to them, and you just, wherever it is, think about who you would like your ideal client to be, where are they hanging out, and then go get your foot in the door there. Figure out some way. And if you have to pay, do it. Make no mistake, it's a pay-to-play society, 100%. If you want to get in and want to schmooze with the big dogs and stuff, you're going to have to pay money to get into seminars, to get into events, to meet people, to do different things like that. But when we're talking about something like this and getting out samples, join a poker night. We've got a wine club here at our clubhouse. We've got a poker night at the clubhouse. We've got, the girls are on swim team, and the people that we met, we happened to walk in and meet them. They were new, we were new, and the girls for tryouts. And now we're friends. We've hung out a couple of times, and I gave them two. He works for Exxon and works in downtown Fort Worth. They live in a freaking mansion. So that it's just because I was hanging out with certain people that I was able to do that. So who is the person you're looking for? Where are they hanging out? And how can you get into it? It looks like you're giving me the thumbs up. And then the next thing I'll tell you, and this is Russell Brunson, who started ClickFunnels, who's one of my mentors that talks about all this stuff. His number one rule, and again, don't take this personally, is don't sell to broke people. Do not try to sell to broke people ever. Okay? Because even if they're willing, they are not able, and there's nothing you can do about it. And then you're just wasting your money, giving out a sample or something like that. So does that help? Don't mean to go off on a little teaching tangent there, but
Yes, thank you.
okay, sweet. Try that out and see what you can do and think. You have advice too?
But the bad thing about us being friends with them is they are Jayhawks.
Oh, that's right. They are Kansas Jayhawks, and I'm a Mizzou Tiger. And so, Yes, that has been a topic of conversation.
Yep.
Yes, because we are still hateful rivals. Yes. So that's a good point.
Just had to add that in.
Yes, you did. Thank you. All right. Okay. Any other questions? Anything? Gosh, we've been on here for almost an hour. Is this helpful? You think you got understanding of what was happening at the conference and all that and stuff? I mean, flat out, it's just a matter of, just messaging people like you have, and especially with these things just to me changed the game, because even I was the one putting samples together and sending them out and all that stuff. It was just, and that's probably because I'm a guy, but it's just a pain, but I can just sit here and take this, throw it in a thing. I just sent out some texts. I said, hey, I've got this new coffee. Like my stepsister and brother-in-law have lost like 20 pounds in the last, I think, 8 weeks or something. They've been basically overweight for a long, long time, and they're doing kind of a keto thing, low carb thing, and they were really doing it. And so I was like, hey, I got this coffee. It'll help you with your weight loss stuff. You guys are doing great, but this will help you even curb your appetites better. I think you're going to love it. What's your address? I want to send you some samples. And they're like, awesome, and so I sent them out today. And so when you can just do that and have that conversation with people, it's super simple. And to make sure you have them on you all the time. Have them in your car, have them in your bag. I'm thinking about getting a European carry-all and just keeping them on me all the time. That is a joke for any non-Seinfeld people out there.
What's a European thing?
It's a man purse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Please do not get that.
Okay.
You're already weird enough.
Okay. Well, there you go, folks. It is official. It is official. But yeah, make sure you have that stuff on you all the time. It's super simple now to give out. But keep in mind, I showed at the beginning, so anybody wasn't on here, the white ones are 2 coffees. The navy blues are a coffee and a chocolate. And then the chocolate covered one is 2 chocolates. And the packs only come that way right now. It's 11, 11, and 11. They said they may change that. You can look at the one. The other 2 aren't open yet. They may change that for the future if they see that one's selling over the other, or we may be able to customize the orders and stuff as well. Oh, on the comp plan, one last thing. I did see a PDF of the comp plan today. It's in final draft revisions, basically. And as long as it's approved, which they think it was going to be, it'll be out by the end of the week and be on the website. So then we will have a white paper PDF of the comp plan. Good. All right. It is 9:30 my time. Anybody need anything else? Stop. Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, you guys have a great night. Go out there, start talking to some people, get some more samples out there, figure out. Again, I guess one thing to think about too, and for you, Megan, as well, if you're not getting to the right people, you can find people that do have the right people. That's another way. Like my buddy that has the car dealership, getting him a box of this stuff and saying, give it out to your people and all that stuff. He loved the idea. So he'll come in as a rep, and then that'll get customers, and it's just going to help with volume for you and all that stuff too. So that's going to be fantastic as well. So you can always also think about, who do I know that know people or know that ideal client that I'm looking for, and how can I get to them and they get the coffee to the people as well. That's basically having your own group of affiliates that can help you too. So, all right. Awesome. Have a great night. We will do tomorrow night again at 8:30. We'll do another one. We'll see if hopefully Garth's feeling better, and we'll figure stuff out, and then we'll keep rocking for the week. Let's keep this momentum going. We only have a few days left of the month. Let's end it on a high note, get everything rock and rolling, and then we'll go right into June with blazing momentum and get ready for fall. Because when fall comes around, everybody comes back, starts cooling off again. Coffee will go up. Routines, it will absolutely, September to December and to Christmas are going to go nuts. So thanks.
But he cannot call on this Friday.
What's this Friday?
My half birthday, which is when we're celebrating my birthday, because it's winter when my birthday is, and nothing's open when it's my birthday.
Her birthday's December 29th. It's always on Christmas break and in November, and so she wants to have a party on her half birthday. So
because everybody's out doing stuff on December 29th because it's school break, everybody's out for Christmas and go seeing their grandparents, grandmas, grandpas.
Hey, do you want to plug your YouTube channel?
Sure.
You want them to go subscribe to your YouTube channel?
Sure.
What's your name on YouTube?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? We just set it up. Remember? What did we change your name to?
Sydney Lee.
Sydney Lee on YouTube, if you guys want to go look it up. And then her older sister has one, Brittany Lee. And she's up to like 21 subscribers. And I keep hearing about it every hour. So it's pretty interesting. So, all right, guys. Have a great night. We will talk to you guys all tomorrow night at 8:30 Central Standard Time again. HappyCoffeeZoom.com. Thanks for being on here.